All right. Lindsay's ready. I'm ready. Will, are you ready?
You know it.
All right, let's hear that sweet music. Welcome, everyone, to another week of Out of the Box Gaming, a podcast where we talk about games. Not just video games, but we also talk about board games, card games, all those kind of games sometimes. And you may ask why? Well, it's because we want to, and because we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear. I am your host, Nick Picard, and joining me, as always, is the man who has tasted his own medicine, Will Kinsey.
That sounds inappropriate. Good morning, Nick and Lindsay. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Will.
Well, that's right, guys. We want to show you our love of games and, maybe even introduce you to something new. And as always, we want to hear from you. So please feel free to drop any topic ideas, discussion questions that you would like for us to talk about. We even added a little channel in our chat box in Discord, so hit that up with any ideas.
Yep. All right. Now it is the time of the episode where we bring Lindsay to read us that trivia question that she prepares each and every week for us and all of you listeners. Lindsay, what's that trivia question?
Side note, when he says by preparing each and every week, he means about 30 minutes before the episode.
Yep.
Okay,
Procrastinating
guys.
at your finest.
Hey now. Here is the question for this week. What is the most overall selling console with 155 million units sold? Did I phrase that correctly?
Oh, man.
Ever?
Yep.
Ever? Oh, goodness.
Ever to this date. Not including pre-orders for any new games or consoles. So this is like up through this current gen.
Okay. That's... I have it narrowed down to like...
And this does include all of the Nintendo. This includes handhelds. This includes
everything.
All of that jazz.
So you've got it narrowed down to like about a good dozen, right? That is indeed a great question that you have for us today, Lindsay. I am definitely going to get that wrong, but if you guys at home want to think about that question, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode. So go ahead and, type your answer. We're not going to cheat. Nick, my friend, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing quite a bit, a few things. I guess I'm just gonna start off and I'm saying I've been playing a good amount of Tony Hawk. I'm still enjoying that. I did go through like all the levels from the Pro Skater 1 and Pro Skater 2. I've like completed all those. I have not completed every like challenge you have to do in each level. Most of them I still have to do the middle and high score, and I think maybe on some of them I still have to do the combo score, because like I've said before, I am not great at the game, though I do feel like I'm getting a little bit better. I feel like I'm able to combo my moves a bit easier now. It's all about, hitting those rails and doing manuals in between and all that. Yeah, and then I was trying to figure out how to unlock a certain character. It's Officer Dick, and it's played by Jack Black in this game. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah, because in the Pro Skater 2 part of those levels, when you get to the school, he's driving around and you can hear him, like he'll be talking. I'm like, oh yeah, that is Jack Black. Oh, that's awesome. And I was trying to figure out how to unlock him, and whenever I looked it up, I was like, okay, I have to do all of this. And I went and looked. I'm like, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I want to be able to do this right away. And yeah, because I'm not good. One of the things that I think I need to do in the challenge is I feel like I have to get like a gold medal in one of the competition things. And the best I've done is gotten silver, because the competition ones, you go in, you get, you get 3 heats, and they'll take I think the sum of two of your best scores from the three. And I don't get a lot of good scores, and I know on that they score it off like they don't want you to fall down because that'll deduct points. The better, like the higher score will be from all the different tricks that you do. If you duplicate tricks, then you won't see as many points, especially I think if the tricks are like back to back or whatever. So, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not very good with that. And I do fall quite a bit because there'll be times where I'm like, if I'm spinning in the air after doing a trick and I come down, I'm not quite where my board will keep going forward. Instead, I'll just kind of fall off my board. And I'm like, yeah, I need to work on that.
Yikes.
But yeah, but it's a really good game. Like I feel like they did a really good job of remaking that. It's a lot of fun, a lot of nostalgia feel, especially with the soundtrack going. Haven't done any multiplayer with Lindsay yet. I know she was interested when I first got it, but we just still haven't done it yet.
I forgot that there was multiplayer in that.
Yeah, and then yesterday I did actually do some of the online multiplayer, and of course there's a bunch of people that are just so much better. They have like different game modes in there. There's like a graffiti, a like combo thing, just a score thing of like who would have the highest score and all that. And there was one of the ones where it was like who could get the highest like combo thing. And I'm over there, and I think like the highest like I was able to get during the thing was like maybe 60 to 80,000 points. And then I look at the scoreboard, and there was someone who had like 600 and something thousand points of a combo, and I'm like, how on earth are you doing this? Like, that's where I'm like, I know I'm bad. I know I'm really bad. So I don't even think I can get over 600,000 points if I was just, doing it without looking for the combo. If I was just trying to get a score, I don't even think I've broke over 200,000. Like I'm not great, but I enjoy the game so much.
I know in one of the games you could like hop up on a fire hydrant and quote unquote grind the fire hydrant and just keep going in a circle. I don't know if they took that out in the remasters, but that was a pretty good way to just cheat a bunch of points.
I don't know if I've I don't think I've tried that. I know on some of the things it'll have fire hydrants, and it will be like a challenge where you have to ollie over the hydrant, and it'll just kind of like knock the hydrant out of the thing, and water will start to spew out and all that.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I did so like, and I think I told you, I can't remember if I told you last week or the week before, but I did finally figure out how I can create my own skater. Because at first I thought, oh, I'm just playing Tony Hawk. I thought you could play other skaters. And then because it didn't like make it, hey, you can go here and make your own skater. Like it didn't go through that tutorial thing. It was just like kind of throw you in and you can start. But then whenever I found it, I'm like, oh, I can create my own skater. So I did that. And then whenever I went through all the levels with him, and I got all the stat points that you can get. So now my guy is like all the, I guess like skill tree or whatever, how you would want to put it, where you can put points into like your ollie, your air time, your flip, your switch, spin, rail balance, manual balance, all that. He is fully decked out.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and it makes some things like easier to do, especially later on. If you're trying to get to like a high point to get something, it makes it easier whenever you add points to those specific like skills. So, but yeah, the game's a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it as much right now since I've gone through all those levels, but I still do want to play it and try to get. I know Lindsay was in here the other day when I was looking at it. It was like a secret thing. It was like a helicopter drop thing, and it was like another level. And I have to do. I think I have to do a lot to be able to get that level. Well, for me, a lot. Probably for some other people, it's not that hard, but it's going to take me a while. But yeah, so I've been playing that. We played some more Fortnite. Getting some wins. It seems like a lot lately. Whenever we'll first start playing, we'll win the first game. a lot of the times. That's what it seems like.
What are you talking about?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go back to talking about a game that Lindsay is not interested at all. Let's see. Yeah, little Fortnite. I mean, it's just same old, same old. Nothing spectacular.
It's just a goofy, fun game.
Yeah. We did play more Among Us. I know one of my friends, he wanted to play, and he's one that is, he doesn't have a lot of time to play. So he was like, hey, I want to play this tonight. Do you think you can get some people? So I was like, yeah, I'll try. So we did that the other night, and that was a lot of fun. We did do the third map on the game, and I don't think I like that map as much. I feel like after doing it, over half the night of what we played, I realized that I feel like it's harder for the imposters.
It is a rather small map
because you can see so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's very
because
open.
it's very open, you can see so far. So I was like, I feel like it's harder on the imposters. Two, I feel like there was one match where it was me and one of our friends, and I noticed on the taskbar it was already over halfway done, and we only killed one person. And I was like, man, either we're gonna have to up the kill time, or like decrease the kill time for the imposters, or we're just gonna have to have more tasks for everyone to do. And I feel like we would just need to add more tasks, because it feels like those tasks, you can get through them a lot quicker for some reason. I don't know what it is, but also whenever
very strange.
Also, whenever I was, we haven't really done the second map that much, which we need to. We'll try it sometime. But whenever I was an imposter, like in the first map, if you click O2 and it, starts like, I would click the O2 and nothing would show up. Like on that map, I would click O2 and I'm like, I don't think anything's happening.
I have never been an imposter on that map. And I was almost about to rage quit the other night because I didn't get imposter once. And I kept getting like...
I got imposter either.
Oh man, it was so frustrating. Like I would finish up all my tasks and then just be sitting there as a ghost. Like, okay, I guess this is life now.
Well, okay, so I was a little frustrated whenever we got in, because on that the first map we made the rule where you can't look at security camera or the admin thing until you complete all your tasks. Then we get into like this one, and we already hear that one of our friends is saying that he was looking at security, and then someone said they were looking at vitals, and I'm like, I don't even know what the whole vitals thing is.
Well, we didn't review that.
Well, the vitals was me, but I had already finished.
Yeah,
oh no, Cody
did
mention vitals early. I remember.
I thought it was Joey that mentioned it. Like I thought it was
they were both the ones who were doing stuff early.
But I was like, that's basically the same thing of what it is on the first map in the admin. So I was like, I feel like we need to address the rule again where you can't do it. And then people were saying, no, it's fine to do the security. And I'm like, no, I feel like that's still, you shouldn't be like over there looking at that. At least go and do your task.
Yeah, like that's my main thing about it is when I'm a crewmate and I see someone hanging out over at cameras and then we're all almost done and then that person's like, oh yeah, I have a couple tasks to do. It's like, why are you making us lose? Because the point is to do tasks, not to get rid of the imposter. Like that's the secondary mission.
Yeah,
it's almost easier to win by doing the task.
And then there were like, and I just got lucky on the one because I got frustrated because I knew you were looking at the vital thing, and I knew our other friend, he was looking at security cameras, and it was like after that I was like, F it, and I went over there, I saw you were looking at there, and I killed you, and then I ran away, and then luckily our friend didn't. He said that he saw you on the camera, switched over to another one, came back, and you were dead. I was just like, man, I got lucky there.
Yeah, and I followed the rule, by the way. I still follow the rule because I do my tasks first. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy at the end who everyone's waiting on.
Yeah, and then I will like to just point out the last game that we played. I got imposter again. I was like, I didn't want to be imposter that much on that map because I wasn't enjoying it. I feel like we would have to tweak the rules on it. But at the very beginning, if you ever notice, there's a lot of people that just go straight up to do like the key thing. And I just went up there and I was sitting there waiting for the kill thing to go down where I could actually kill somebody. And there was still like 4 people standing there. And I was like, I just want to see what happens. And I pressed the kill and I got Lindsay. It was just complete random. I just pressed the kill button and got her. She was a little upset. And
I would like to say once again, I was not upset because Nick killed me. I was just upset because I died so early on in the game. That's no fun.
But yeah, and I was just standing there like, and you don't know who did it because we're all stacked on top of each other. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then like as soon as I did it, I reported the body. And then we noticed that the other imposter killed somebody. And I was like, oh, how did we manage to just like kill 2 people right off the bat? So,
yeah, that kind of set the tone for the rest of that game. Y'all won that one, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a good one.
Yeah, that game is so much fun.
I was struggling the other night when we only played on that map. I think just because I don't know the map.
Yeah, I don't know the map. Whenever we would come in, like after reporting bodies, like, all right, where were you? I was over on the top. I was at the top right of the map. I don't know what's over there. Yeah. I was at the bottom left. I was in the middle. Like we don't know that map that well, but we did play.
My semi knowledge of that map saved me because Shadow reported that body that he killed.
Mm-hmm.
And tried to blame me. That was scary. I thought you guys were going to vote me out. But I knew the exact path that I had gone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that body he killed was me. And I was like, I swear, if he gets away with this.
But yeah, and then there was that one where I reported the body. Like, I killed the person. I think it was one of our friends. I killed him in the decontamination room. And right when I killed him, his body fell right in that door path.
Oh, yeah.
And the door shut. And then I was going to go into like the specimen room area. And then I saw our friend come the other, like he was coming through that way. And I was like, oh crap, I need to turn around. And then I was like going to like report the body and it would not let me report it. Because his body was in that doorway and that door was shut. And I was like, it's not letting me. And then I just walked up and pressed use and then I reported it. And then whenever I went in, I was playing it off like I couldn't do anything and all that, which I couldn't, but I was playing it off like I found the body and I didn't kill it, but I did kill it. So
yeah,
best lies are partial truths.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we played a good amount of Among Us. It's a lot of fun. What else? Lindsay and I did play Avengers, and we beat the main story last night. It's a good story. It's pretty solid. I'm looking forward to doing the multiplayer stuff with other people because, the story was mostly like single player. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that. And we'll mention last night, Lindsay and I did try out the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, man, that's a long name, Alpha, which was just like, the normal multiplayer.
Yeah, we can discuss that.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later. Because, we got a great show for y'all today. We're just going to be mostly talking about that PlayStation event that happened.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's mostly what we've been. No, we did play some League. You and I did. I guess last weekend Lindsay played a little.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I know, but I mean, we played some League, but yeah, those were good games. Yeah, that's mostly what I've been playing this week. What about you, Will? What have you been playing?
A lot of the same stuff you have. We played a little bit of Fortnite. I killed Tony Stark for the first time.
Oh, man, he's terrifying.
And then instantly lost his powers. We did get a win. Yeah. One win, 2 wins.
We got a couple.
We were spoon-fed one win with
yes.
that. Where it was all of us versus one guy, and you just sniped him off that mountain. That was quality.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, played a little bit of League of Legends. It's good old ARAMs and TFT. Nothing new there except for obviously we talked about Samira, the new character that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
And
didn't TFT start their new season? Or
yes.
has that been, okay. Because I
Their
saw
new
there was new
season.
stuff. And it was
So
like
they're going
dragon
out
stuff
of
or whatever.
space, and it's like samurai and dragons. It's like inspired by like ancient Asian stuff, similar to the Yone stuff that happened in the primary game.
Okay.
I think they're just going off of that. So that looks really fun. We'll probably get some like cute little dragon pets and fun, maybe like a samurai Abyssia or something. But that's happening. I also I have to talk some smack about a game real quick. I tried to play Path of Exile. Have you ever played Path of Exile?
No, I've heard of it and I've looked up gameplay because I feel like that was the game. Like whenever I would used to listen to Critical Role, during the like first campaign, I feel like they mentioned that game because they had something with their campaign, like their characters, something to do with that game. Is either that or a different game, and I think that's whenever I looked it up, and it just did not look interesting to me enough. Like I was like, this gameplay does not look great. I don't know if I would enjoy this at all. So I never did try it.
Very much like Diablo 2, and like people who love the old Diablo games and were disappointed by Diablo 3 would probably very much enjoy it. It's got a lot of the same like inventory type things, the same camera angles, combat system. The skill tree, quote unquote, is absolutely ridiculous. Probably the most in-depth skill tree that I've seen, and you can build your character pretty much any way you want to.
Okay, well that's cool.
The issue is the game is very old, and yet it still has terrible bugs with its co-op system. Like,
okay,
me and Ron were playing it, right? We were doing co-op, it was going great, and then there's this one objective where you have to cross into this portal, and it's like a tiny little side quest, just a couple XP. He went in, actually no, I went in first and came back out, and then talked to the person who's supposed to give you the quest. All kinds of stuff happened. I never got to finish that quest. I was like, that's frustrating. And then I went back to the main town to see if I could reload the instance to try to get that side quest done. And at this time, Ron had gone to the next area and completed like the first little bit, basically unlocking a door. Just unlocking a door. And I was then unable to unlock that door on my character. Like, just couldn't do it. Because I had technically already done it, but I wasn't in the area when it happened in the instance. It's just this terrible bug that should never happen in a co-op game, in a game that's very old, and should have fixed these bugs already.
Yeah.
But other than that, the game's amazing. So if you're playing it solo, I would definitely recommend it, and it's free, so there's really no risk. Just don't play it co-op because crazy things happen.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week. I tried a couple other MMOs because I've been searching for something other to play, but nothing worth mentioning other than Path of Exile.
I mean, at some point we need to play Star Wars: The Old Republic again. Continue with those characters.
We certainly do. I have like 3 characters that are all very nice. Yeah. But yeah, so Lindsay, what have you been playing this week?
Pretty much the same as Nick.
Yep.
Yeah. What should I have played? I bought The Last of Us Remastered, and I have not started that yet because I want to play that.
Oh.
I need to continue on the 3rd Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
But I have not.
I need to do that one as well.
I've got to be in a mood to play like a solo game. Like if that makes sense. Normally I just enjoy multiplayer. But yeah, Fortnite finished the campaign in Marvel's Avengers. I almost said Marvel's Among Us. That's not right.
No, but that would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Just being heroes.
Loki was not the imposter.
You have Thanos as the imposter. All he has to do is just snap his fingers and half of them go away.
I think we
Guys, I think it was Thanos.
But it's like Loki is not the imposter, but also is the imposter.
Yeah.
Like, you would never know.
Gosh, that would be an interesting game. That would be like Among Us, just way advanced.
Yeah. Anywho, I also played Among Us. Some of that Call of Duty.
Call it that duty.
I can't
Not
talk.
Warzone.
I almost said Call of War.
All War.
Call of War.
Yeah.
Alpha, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's been a week of working games.
I will mention I did miss one that I just kind of touched a little yesterday. I didn't like really play it, but Super Mario 3D All Stars came out yesterday, and Lindsay went by and picked up our pre-order. So then yesterday I put it in, had a software update, and then I started Mario 64, and I only did 1 star. And I went in. Of course, I am upset that they didn't do like any enhancements. It is basically just Mario 64 from 64. It's just a port, and it's not even like widescreen. It's just, that square screen or whatever, like the old days. But I went in, I was like, oh man, it's been so long since I played this, and I was just remembering things. Because you go into the first world, which is like that Bob-omb like world or whatever, you had to go to the top, you face that king, and pick them up, throw them. Yeah, I do that 3 times because 3 is the basic number you have to do in the Mario games. And I was just like going, like running around. I knew exactly where to go. And then whenever you get to the mountain, you know how you can turn right where you go into that pit, and the bombs or not the bomb, just the big balls are like rolling around, and you like dodge that and go up the mountain. To the left of that, or if you just kind of like stay straight when you enter in that gate, you can run up that mountain. And I was like, oh yeah, I can run up this. So I ran up that. And then you get like over halfway through that mountain, and then I started to run around, and then it was one of those places where those big, like balls will come out that would knock you down if you get hit. I was like, oh, I like ran past it, and I was like, wait a second, and then I ran back, went in there, and it's a little shortcut that it will teleport you to the other one and closer to the top. I'm like, I remember that. And then I ran up and I defeated the guy. Though it took me a little bit. I was like, how am I supposed to grab this dude? I don't remember that. And then I figured it out. And yeah, it was pretty easy. So there's
nice.
a lot of nostalgia with it. It was a good amount of fun, but that's all I did. I just did 1 star, and then I got off, and I'll play it again. I just kind of dabbled in it yesterday.
I would like to say I was a little salty when I found out we were paying $60 for games that weren't remastered. But then Nick reminded me that it's technically 3, so really we only paid 20
for each. And then I reminded her that if you went and tried to get...
You did not remind.
I reminded you that.
Wait, what were you going to say?
With Sunshine, if you try to go get Mario Sunshine right now for the GameCube, it is, I think, more than $60.
I thought you were going to remind me that you had $10 off at GameStop, and I was going to say, no, you did not remind me.
No, it was that Sunshine is more expensive than what this is for just that game. So, but
I haven't played any of them before, so I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm excited to get to play Sunshine again because I've been really wanting to play that again ever since I was younger, and I didn't actually like go through all of it. So, yeah, a lot of fun. All right, so now speaking of a lot of fun, how about that PS5 showcase? That was a lot of fun. Yeah,
that was Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. This is what we're mostly going to be talking about today because they just gave us a lot of information, a lot of stuff. So Wednesday was the PlayStation 5 showcase. It was at like 4 p.m. Eastern time. Went in, did a live reaction to it, and man, did they show us some good stuff. It was about everything that I was hoping they were going to show us. So
Well, we just start at the top.
Yeah, what was the? I'm trying to remember the first thing they showed.
Final Fantasy, was it not?
I don't think this is in order. What I'm looking at.
I'm pretty sure it was though.
Was it? Are you sure?
Yeah, because remember I got there late because I just got home from work.
Let me scroll down.
I guess it was Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah. You doubt me?
No, the first thing, it was like a recap from the previous one. That's what it was.
Oh,
They did do the quick cut.
They did do that.
But then the first actual trailer was Final Fantasy.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing was Final Fantasy. When I was watching, I was like, I feel like this is the next Final Fantasy, and I was kind of expecting them to show the next one. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I mean, I say recently, but it was like a month or so ago or whatever, I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake. And the love that I have for that game, I'm going to be judging other Final Fantasy games based on that one.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I may just wait to see if I get more info, gameplay, look or whatever, but I'm not sure how I feel. Lindsay, you want me to go ahead and throw this up on here for everyone to see?
Yeah.
It definitely looks like the story is going to be intense.
Well, the urge of not making a joke there. Oh gosh.
I didn't see any tense.
I mean, I don't know. Like from the beginning, I was like, all right, this is very medieval looking. And I wasn't and I honestly did not think Final Fantasy from the get go just because of all the medieval looking. But then whenever you did see, obviously Square Enix, whenever it popped up, and then you saw, I can't remember what the birds are called. Are they chocobos or whatever?
Chocobos.
Yeah. Whenever I saw that, and then I saw some of the other stuff, I was like, okay, yeah, this is Final Fantasy. I remember some of that from Final Fantasy VII. But I was just like, the look of it, I was like, I'm not sure, because I'm not big on the whole Renaissance looking stuff. I kind of like I like medieval kind of things, but I don't know. I mean, graphics of the game look good. I mean,
they do indeed.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored the trailer because it shows that chocobo in the beginning, and I was like, what is this? What's going on? And then I saw the chocobo, and the chocobo is just the silliest creature.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, Final Fantasy.
I mean, if the fighting style is basically the same as 7 Remake, I might get it and play it. I probably will enjoy it because I'm starting to enjoy those games because I never was really big into the Final Fantasy. Even whenever I played Kingdom Hearts and there was that little, bit with the Final Fantasy characters, I was like, I don't really know who these people are. I was never a big fan of it. So, but I'm starting to become more of a fan.
So
I fell off the Final Fantasy wagon a while back.
I might get it. Yeah, I might. It's not one that I probably will get right when it comes out. It might be one that I would wait. There's other things I would want to play, but if I I have time and I kind of want to play something, that might be when I would pick this up. But I know there's probably Final Fantasy hardcore fans out there that are super hyped about this and they're going to get it day one and all that. But me, I could wait. So. But it looks good. And at the end, whenever it towards the end, it showed that what we're showing on the screen had that big fire creature. I was like, Diablo, what?
yeah, the demon versus the phoenix. Yeah. I like that motif this go around. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the Final Fantasy 16? Is that what it is? Yeah.
52.
Yeah, 52.
What it feels like.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they could have made 14 into so many different ones because, that's just an MMO. All the expansions could have been a separate one. So, yeah, this could be technically 52.
Yeah, I might just jump into Final Fantasy 14.
I
But yeah,
I tried. I couldn't get into it. There's other MMOs that I would prefer, but I know some of our friends really play it, but I couldn't get into it. Maybe if I tried again, maybe it'll take me a couple times. But yeah, after Final Fantasy, we got, and this is what I was expecting and would have been disappointed if they did not show, but they did show Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay.
yeah.
Yeah. It was about time that they showed this because we needed something from the last one, the last PlayStation event where they just kind of showed what, like, was it a trailer or something? I don't remember. But yeah, we definitely needed that gameplay. I was stoked. Like from the beginning, whenever it went from the Final Fantasy and started the next one, it had like the black screen. I heard the web shooting and I was like, Spider-Man, this is it. And I was just and I was just so hyped and I was like, oh yeah, this looks good. I really, really like the Spider-Man suit in it. Like that black and red looks really good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, whenever it got to like the gameplay of him fighting, the new enemies or whatever, they look like they're going to be tougher than I can't remember the enemies from
the Tinker's crew? The purple guys?
Yeah.
They look so cool.
From the first Spider-Man that we got a couple years ago, there was enemies in there. I don't remember what they're called. I want to say it starts with an S, but they're like, basically like white armor or whatever. And they have like, advanced tech that, they're using and stuff. Those guys could get very annoying whenever there's a good amount of them. But these new guys they introduced, I'm like, these guys look more annoying, and I may get a little frustrated if there's like a big group of them and I'm having to go through. But I mean, gameplay, looked basically the same as, Spider-Man from that we got a couple years ago, which, I'm fine because that game was amazing, still is amazing. Right. I may actually go back and replay it before this one comes out, but I probably won't have time. I know after we saw the gameplay, Lindsay's like, that looks like a lot of fun. I was like, you should really just go and play the first one because you could just spend hours swinging around and you'll have a lot of fun. But, excited, play this, get to do new abilities and all that. Yeah. I am wondering how long it's going to be. Because, like we've talked about before, it's not going to be a full-length campaign, kind of like the first Spider-Man. Where that one, I can't remember how long that one was, like 20-something hours. This one, standalone game, but they keep comparing it to Uncharted Lost Legacy, which that game I think was like 8 hours when Lindsay and I played or something like that. I would be perfectly fine if it's like an 8-hour game, 8 to 10 hour game, because that's like the average time of like a normal game from like back in the day, or about any Call of Duty campaign that's about as long as it is, like 8 hours. So I would be perfectly fine with that for this. And I'm sure there will be a bunch of side missions that would take maybe a little bit longer, and I will do those side missions because this is one of those games where I have a lot of fun playing it, and I will do everything that I can. So,
yeah, I'm really excited to see the different, like you mentioned, the combos, the fighting style, the different ways that like Miles handles things versus Peter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping
because he has his electricity and stuff, so you get to do all kinds of weird like interactions with electricity.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's different enough that you feel like that you are playing a different Spider-Man, and it's not too similar where you're like, oh, we could have just been doing this as Peter Parker. So
yeah, you definitely don't want it to just feel like a reskin of the Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which has to be hard for the developers to like make it that much different.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job with making the Spider-Man game, because I know one of their biggest issues was the whole web swinging, because they wanted that to feel like your Spider-Man, and they, would go. I think the guy like talked to the guy that made, I think it was Spider-Man 2, where the web swinging,
Spider-Man 2.
where that one was really good.
I think it was ray tracing or something. They had like thousands of little dots on every building across the city, and it would shoot a web to those dots.
Yeah. I mean, like, they did a good job with, like, doing that and making it different enough and just feeling good that I feel like I feel like they could do a good job of making the Spider-Man feel different from the other one. Like, it's still obviously going to be similar because they're Spider-Man, but, like, have the different skills that would feel like you're playing the different one. But in the gameplay trailer that we are showing up on here, I did, like, this whole bridge sequence thing, and whenever he's about to, like, I think shoot webs across, like, to attach the bridge whenever he gets to it, I was like, so it's basically the scene from Spider-Man Homecoming with the whole the ferry that got cut in half.
Yeah.
And
there's always that scene.
Yeah. There's always like a scene
Spider-Man
that is going to be similar to a movie scene, which, I'm okay with it because.
Which is based on a comic scene. Like, that is a very popular Spider-Man scene where he's like almost in that like crucifix sort of like holding the webs of just trying to keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
Which buildings, and then the really crazy one that they did with Tobey Maguire was the subway.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Yeah, very much looking forward to this game. Definitely probably like first one I'll be playing on the PS5. Yeah. Which, speaking of that, Lindsay and I were able to get our pre-order in for the PS5, so we're happy about that.
Very nice. I've heard that some places have had issues with pre-orders, so I'm glad you guys got yours done.
We'll be talking about that in a bit after we get through the showcase. Yeah. So this is Spider-Man Miles Morales, and what you can see. If you want to, well, I guess I could finish pretty much finished right there. All right, that was good timing. So, yeah, I know a lot of people are excited for that. All right, this next one has, I know, Lindsay and has me super hyped. As soon as it like played and I saw it was like the whole Warner Brothers, and then it was like Wizarding World or whatever, I was like, oh yeah, it's coming. This is it. And it's the what's it?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm so excited for this. I used to play the Hogwarts games growing up, though those were just based off the movie. This is a RPG, and it takes place in, I think it said like right here, late 1800s. So, and then the Harry Potter movies, I think those start off taking place in 1991, if I remember correctly. So yeah, this is before Harry Potter and all that. So yeah, just so looking forward to this game. I'm hoping that's going to be, amazing. Get to do all those spells. Like, ever since we saw Harry Potter, like, how many of us wanted to be like, I want to play a game where I'm a wizard and I get to go around and do that thing, and not like doing a wizard from World of Warcraft. Like, it doesn't have the same feel. Like, we want to be in the Hogwarts universe. We want to experience all of this that we see in the movies or read in the books. So,
this is the first time that I've seen a Harry Potter game that I'm like, this looks like it's gonna be like what we've wanted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you, Lindsay?
I'm very excited. Any of the mobile games they came out with, I was just not satisfied with. I'm not interested in sitting there and having to wait for a certain amount of time to pass to do something. You know how like mobile games will do?
Yeah.
Like, I tried those. I think there was 2.
I know there was one that was like Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and then there was
And-
another one.
Yeah.
But this just looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. I'm excited.
It was I feel like that was a big win for PlayStation to definitely show this off. I mean, obviously, like it's going to be coming to to Microsoft and PC because, I mean, Warner Brothers, like they will put out the game for all platforms, but
most likely, yeah.
No, we were teased about this in another event, right?
I don't think
it mentioned.
No, there was like teasers going around about like this could be coming. And then then there was like, oh, they may show it at like DC Fandom because it's Warner Brothers, but it's not DC, so maybe we won't see it. Maybe we'll see it after, like we did the Lord of the Rings Golem video game, but we never did see anything after that. So I think Sony was like, hey, just let us show it at on our event.
Yeah.
So. Which was probably good because, that Sony event was going to get a lot of exposure. So it would give a lot of exposure for that. So, I mean, it was a win-win.
Yeah, most definitely.
So the next game was the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, where they showed some of that gameplay. There was one part in the gameplay that I was kind of confused. Oh, do you want me to show it?
Well, why not?
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna show all of it. Okay. But yeah, one part in this gameplay. Well, overall, I'm still kind of confused on why they picked the Cold War, because Cold War wasn't really much of a war.
Yeah, no.
It was. There was more of
threats, right?
Yeah, like I don't know the word for it or whatever. It was like it wasn't really war.
It was that scene in Pokemon where the 2 Metapods are just using Harden over and over again. That's all it was.
Yeah. So that's like from the beginning, whenever they were like, saying Black Ops Cold War, it's like, okay, so we're not going to actually be shooting and fighting and stuff. But yeah, so in this gameplay, I don't know what exactly who you're playing as or whatever. I think Lindsay figured out like who you're playing as.
Well, I don't know in the campaign. I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention. I don't know. But like in the multiplayer, you've got the CIA, you've got MI6, you've got, I'll probably mispronounce this, the Spetsnaz. The Russians.
Yeah.
And there might be more. Those are just the ones I noticed.
Yeah.
But I don't know who the campaign is.
But yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, I'm glad they're doing a campaign again. Because the last Black Ops that we got, it was Black Ops 4. And they just did a battle royale thing, which wasn't a good battle royale. I mean, the battle royale that we have now, where it's Warzone, that one's definitely a lot better than what that Black Ops 4 crap that they put out was.
I forgot that Black Ops 4 was even a thing.
Yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, so this part of the camp, this scene, I was confused. If you everyone watching that saw it, the dude takes out the pin of a grenade, puts it on a dude, pushes the dude towards the barrel, that has like gasoline, and then he shoots the barrel. I'm like, what was the point of putting the grenade on him if that was going to explode? Like, dude, come on. Like, have some game sense, jeez, or just common sense.
And then he goes around the Jeep and runs up to the guy that's shooting right at him. Like, obviously, it was set on easy mode when they were making this cinematic trailer or whatever, or game trailer, But
everything from what I've seen on this, and from what Lindsay and I did play last night with the multiplayer, it's just another Call of Duty. I mean, yeah, like they like I said, glad they're doing a campaign again because I enjoy doing the campaigns. But multiplayer, like, it's just another Call of Duty. Though whenever I would play Call of Duty, I would want to do hardcore mode. Because I enjoy it better because it's easier. Like, I do better that way because it's easier for me to see somebody and I can react and start shooting them first before they can hit me. And hardcore, if I'm shooting them first and it just takes a couple shots and they're dead, I'm going to win. But whenever it comes to like the normal mode where it takes like, almost an entire clip to kill somebody, they're going to win a lot of times because they'll start to do this whole jumping, crouching, prone thing or whatever. And it's a little harder for me to stay on them at that point. And they are like already just like shooting me all which way, even if I try to do that. So I prefer hardcore.
Back in my day, we didn't jump around like fairies shooting at each other. We pied the corner and we gunned each other down like men.
All right. And then, so that was Call of Duty. Lindsay, did you want to say anything about?
I feel like Nick is just pooping all over it.
I mean, I feel like I'm like it's just another Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, and they're gonna keep making more Call of Duty.
Obviously.
Okay.
But I feel like it's not anything special from what we got before.
Look,
hey, at least it's not Madden.
Exactly. At least it's not Madden. That garbage. Bring back NCAA.
Okay. The Cold War story campaign interests me. I would like to play it.
The story does seem like it might be cool.
Yeah. I was enjoying our 3 games that we played last night in the alpha. Hey, let me talk.
Okay.
Because they did say, they did announce on Wednesday that it was available, the alpha was available to PlayStation
this weekend.
Players this weekend. I enjoyed the 3 games we played last night. It saddens me that you can't just pick a deathmatch straight up. You have to do.
It's the mosh pit where it's random between kill confirmed and team deathmatch and domination. So it'll be like a random map and then that random game mode. Or you can do this other one. I think was more of like what they tried to do in another one we played a few years ago. It was like objective based and it had more players. I think that's what it was in. It was like a big domination, but more kind of like of how Overwatch was. I think we didn't get to play that one. We just did the mosh pit.
Yes.
Which we did it was a kill confirmed and 2 dominations back to back.
Yes. So. I enjoyed it. Nick did not. He was getting upset.
It was just, I just feel like, like I said, I was just playing Call of Duty again. And the last game we played, I was getting upset.
How different can they make it though, Nick? You keep saying it's just another Call of Duty.
Black Ops 3 was different.
Are they going to make it?
Black Ops 3 was the best one was definitely Modern Warfare 2.
Is that the one I played? What did I play?
The first one you played? Ghost. I'm sorry. That was garbage.
After that. There was the one we played a lot.
Black Ops 3.
Okay.
That one was different because they did have the wall running. They had the characters with the different like abilities.
Well, yeah, but that's a different setting. They didn't wall run. Right,
they turned it into Titanfall. I remember.
Yes, yeah, and I enjoyed that one. I know a lot of people were crapping on because of the wall run and like exosuit type things, but whenever they did have the exosuit, that was the best one of all of them, and I had fun with that one. I enjoyed it. I mean, this one, like kind of felt like Call of. I mean, I'll play more because I know Lindsay is going to want to play more, but it was one of those games where I would definitely get mad at because Call of Duty, yeah.
But I'm excited. I hope to play more. It might not be with Nick. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, next game I'm not going to show because I don't really have a lot to talk about it because it's not for me.
Resident Evil Village.
Resident Evil Village. Yep. Whenever it was going through, I was like, nope, not doing it. Nope.
Well, just like the last time they showed us Resident Evil Village, At the very beginning, I was like, okay, I can get down with this. And then it took
And
a
the turn is like, yeah, no.
and it just left me.
Yeah, I'm not big
Well,
on Resident Evil games.
I will just say for my spooky boys and girls out there that I am excited for it, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say on it.
It does look like it'll be good if that's the type of game that you like.
If those are the games you like, then yeah, go for it. It looks like it's going to be good. Resident Evil normally does a really good job. So if you like horror spooky games, get it.
Yeah.
Is there any more you want to say, Will? Because you're the one that would probably be saying most about it.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be an excellent storyline. The graphics seemed like they might be a little lackluster, not going to lie, with some of the like close-ups there at the beginning of the trailer.
Yeah.
So the graphics I'm a little sus about, but everything else, like, yeah, spook level, 10 out of 10, would play. But yeah.
All right. Next up is Deathloop. Now, it was a few weeks ago. If y'all didn't hear, Deathloop was postponed. It was supposed to come out, I think, with the PlayStation 5, but they did postpone the release date for it, and now is going to be released in the second quarter of 2021. I mean, they just showed more gameplay on this. I enjoyed seeing this gameplay of it compared to the other one. It's still not one that I think that I am going to end up getting like right away. It might be one of those ones like, oh, it's on sale. I don't have anything else to play. Maybe I'll try it. I mean, because it looks like a different kind of shooter, especially with that time loop thing. If you die, you have to go back and you're just like redoing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of confused by it.
Yeah. I don't know much about it. I mean, looks interesting. I know a lot of people were very excited for it. Whenever it was announced, it's like I said, it's not one that I'm particularly, hyped for, but I mean, it definitely looks like an interesting game. So, what about you, Will?
I am definitely intrigued by it. I might not pick it up right away, but I'm really fascinated by the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like how many? So I was watching the new trailer and everything for it. How many levels of like players are there? Because I know there's the main like guy, Cole or whatever his name is, and he hunts people.
Yeah,
is he hunting real people or is he hunting NPCs?
I think it's NPC. I assume it's NPCs. Because
I didn't know
if it was real people, what real people are just going to stand there and just waiting on the dude to get close and yeah. They
were showing like different characters at the beginning. I was like, so there's more than just
he has
Cole and the lady who's hunting him.
Yeah, I know he has to go around. He's killing like what eight different people. So I don't know. So
I know there's the NPCs, but then there's the main target that he has to take down, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know if that was maybe like a real person.
No, that would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Though I don't know how they would do that because like what person's just going to sit there and wait? They'll probably like move and go and try to find the other person themselves. But yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, that game looks super fun. I'm just excited to see more about it because I'm still very confused about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it says like the loop is knowledge is power. So obviously you learn more every time you go through the loop. I don't know if there's like a XP progression system or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just waiting for more info because it looks great.
Yeah.
And very unique. I like unique games.
All right. Next up was Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. This is a hit PS4 title that's getting a special release on the PS5.
So it's not new.
No, it's not new, and it's available digitally at launch of PS5. So I never played Devil May Cry. It never really interests me, but I mean, if you played it before, then yeah, it's just a special edition for PlayStation 5. So, and if you want to play it now, you can go out and play it now. That's all I really have to say for it, since it was just basically a remake, or not remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. And I unfortunately was never a huge Devil May Cry fan.
Yeah. Next up was Oddworld Soulstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this did not interest me at all. I'm sorry.
What? It looks so like fun and kind of campy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No.
It's like Pikmin. It's like Pikmin, but with ugly things.
Never really played Pikmin. I never had the interest. But if I wanted to play Pikmin, I can, because Pikmin 3 is getting re-released for the Switch.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you get a disposable army of grunts who just kind of like complain all the time. Yeah. So you don't feel bad about disposing them. It's great.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot to say about it for all you listeners. I mean, I can't tell you that it's just an upcoming platformer that continues the story from the 2014 Oddworld New and Tasty. There's no release date that was given during the showcase. So, all right. Then after that is Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I never played these games. It was another one of those games where I saw it and I was like, no. During the the little bit that they showed, which I'll pull it up for the viewers. I was just like, oh, is this like a future Chuck E. Cheese thing? Because I mean, that's kind of looked like where you were, was a Chuck E. Cheese, but in the future, like more advanced.
I've never played any of these games, but some of my second grade students are very familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think that
they really shouldn't be.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
It concerns me.
Yeah.
It's a horror game.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the beginning, when it like that we showed, like you're kind of like backing out of the kitchen, there was something like at the top left that was moving and like kind of staring at you. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. No, not doing it.
And I only recognize the Five Nights at Freddy's characters because of my students.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No.
Yeah. Bad parenting.
Call them out, Will.
I'll call them out. I'll straight up call them out. If your 7-year-old knows what Five Nights at Freddy is and has played it, then you are a bad parent. That is my unpopular opinion for today.
Laying down the facts. All right. Next up, this one I know, or at least I think I know, Will was happy for, is Demon Souls.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what was your thoughts with the gameplay that they showed?
I am hyped, my dude. Like obviously, original Demon Souls very old at this point, so. It's and it hasn't aged well. Even Dark Souls 1 hasn't aged well. And seeing this gameplay, like they have the little cinematic at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I know this is Dark Souls or this is Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
But then once he starts going around and hacking and slashing, and it's just beautiful, man. They did such a good job with the graphics.
Yeah, I mean, I never really played those games. I think I tried to do Dark Souls, one of them, like once before, but I don't know, wasn't my thing. Though I will say the closest thing that I probably played to that type of game was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is, that kind of, it was like their take on like a Demon Souls type game, because you'll like kind of go up, you'll face like 1 or 2, 3 maybe enemies or whatever, and you have to be strategic about it, because you don't want to die or you're gonna go back to like your your last checkpoint of like on what we're showing. I don't know, never played it, but where is it that it's like a save point, like a campfire or something?
Yeah, you have your
it's
quote unquote bonfire, which always has a sword stuck in it.
Yeah, it was like the same with Jedi Fallen Order, where if you died, you went all the way back to where that was, and you had to repeat everything. Like you lost all the XP that you got, and you had to go through it all. So that's the closest thing I played to it, and I enjoyed that game mostly because it was Star Wars. But yeah, like this game, like as a remake, looks really good. Like I said, I never played Demon Souls or really played the Dark Souls games. Yeah, I know a lot of people are definitely excited about this. I can't remember. Did they say the release date for it? Is it launch?
I didn't see.
I don't know. But yeah, I know that this is definitely it's going to be one of those games that is going to help sell PS5s, because yeah, there's just something about these types of games that people still talk about today.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they gave a release date. I'm watching the end here.
I want to move up to where he's fighting this big thing. This big, gigantic, demon-looking thing that I was like, oh no, I probably would die to that thing, and that looks really creepy. And yeah.
Did they actually show him die?
Yeah, it does. Which Lindsay was like, hey, I like that they did that, because most of the time they don't show characters dying in these.
Like in the trailers.
Like in the trailers.
They show you, it's like the person playing never dies.
Never, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know Dark Souls knows what they're making, or Demon Souls. I always refer to it as Dark Souls because it's still technically the same universe, but it is Demon Souls.
Yeah, like what's the difference between the games?
So all the games, if I remember my lore correctly, all the games are technically different timelines or alternate universes of the same sort of area. So there's a lot of references to the same characters, to the same regions, to characters that have different names, but it's the same character.
Yeah.
So Demon Souls obviously was the first one, and then Dark Souls was like taking place in the same universe but at a different time period. But they're all the same canon, basically, just different timelines.
Yeah. So, and I think that might have been of all the gameplay that we have to show, but they still did show some more things. They showed a small trailer for Fortnite running on Unreal Engine 4, and they just kind of basically showed us what the game would look like on the PlayStation 5, basically saying that you'll be able to download and play it at launch with the PlayStation 5, so that's cool.
Just as long as I get all my stuff I've spent money on.
Yeah, I know you will, because you'll log in through your Epic account. And then they did show us a PlayStation Plus collection. It's let me pull up what I had, and I'm reading this from The Verge. Sony's PlayStation Plus collection will let you play a bunch of PS4 classics on PlayStation 5 at launch. So during this, Sony announced the PlayStation Plus collection for PS5, described as a new PlayStation Plus benefit for PlayStation 5. It's a bundle of generation-defining PlayStation 4 games that you'll be able to download at launch on the company's new console. The games consist of first-party classics like Uncharted 4, God of War, The Last of Us Remastered, Bloodborne, plus third-party titles like Batman Arkham Knight, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat X, and more. You'll download and play these games directly. It's not a streaming service, and Sony said the entire collection will be available when the PlayStation 5 launches on November 12th. The PlayStation Plus collection should make for a decent way of padding out your game library in the launch period of PlayStation 5.
My question is it an extra cost, or are they free?
I'm assuming with it being a PlayStation Plus collection, if you have PlayStation Plus, you're going to have access to these games.
And I just went and bought
Last of Us Remastered. So either you can go ahead and play Last of Us Remastered before PS5 comes out, or you could do something with that and be able to play it whenever it comes out. So there's more of a list here on the site. So God of War, Last of Us Remastered, Uncharted 4, Battlefield 1, Monster Hunter World, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15. Yeah. The Last Guardian, Ratchet and Clank, which I haven't played and I probably will play since I will be getting it with that. Infamous Second Son, which was the very first game that I played on PlayStation 4. And if you have not played that game, you should go and play it because it was a really good game for the PlayStation 4, like first game. And it was made by Insomniac, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was made by Insomniac. Okay, continuing on the list. Days Gone, Bloodborne, Detroit Become Human, Batman Arkham Knight, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 5. Hey, I don't have to buy Persona 5, and our friend keeps saying, hey, you should play Persona 5. It's the best JRPG I've ever played. I don't have to buy it now. Until Dawn and Resident Evil Biohazard. So that was a list that was on The Verge with this thing. So, I mean, I thought that was really cool what PlayStation is going to do with that. But yeah, because those were really good games for the PlayStation 4. So, and then after that, they showed the price for the PlayStation 5. And it was exactly what I expected. I mean, I think before when I made predictions, I was saying 500 to 600. And whenever they showed it, it was for the physical, like, disc version. It is $499, which is 500. And then the disc-less version, or their digital edition, is $399, or basically 400. So it was every bit what I expected. And then after that, they said they had one more thing for us. And I looked at Lindsay and like before even this, and I was like, well, what if they just, show something about God of War? And they did not disappoint. As soon as like that screen came up and it was black and you could hear that music from the God of War game, I was like, oh dear God, they're showing it. They're doing it. They didn't show any gameplay, but they just gave you a tease that, hey, the God of War sequel is coming, and it is called
Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok is coming. I am so hyped for this. And they said it releases sometime in 2021, and I was shocked about that. Like, we're getting it just next year, which is almost here. Probably towards the end of next year, if it does come out. But I am shocked it's coming out then, though I feel like it could get postponed until the first quarter of 2022. But yeah, super hype. PlayStation did not disappoint with this event. Like, gosh, so many good things. Like, and we all knew God of War, the sequel, was, coming. I'm just so happy that they showed us something. So, Will, did you ever play the God of War games? Will,
I did play a few of them. I was never as huge into those God of War games as several of my friends.
I to be honest, I didn't really play the old ones, like the first, second, third. I did play the third one because I got it on PS4 for like on sale for like less than $5, and I did play that one. Those are just basically hack and slash games.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which I was never huge into, like, hack and slash games.
No, I have to be in the mood for a hack and slash, like just kind of like, not really into it. Like, you're just mashing the button, it's going to work or whatnot. So
here's your 4 basic combos. Do them and you'll blow up everything in this random arena that we've set up for you, because every fight takes place in a perfectly shaped arena for some reason.
Yeah. But the new God of War, man, you should play it. It's totally different. It's a great game.
Yeah, I really need to check that out.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the PlayStation 5 event. Now, like we said, after that happened, Lindsay and I, like, we did a live reaction after that. We played some Marvel Avengers, And we were just wondering when the pre-orders were going to come, because they didn't say anything on the showcase when pre-orders were, and I don't understand why. Like, they should have. And I always said that they should get the pre-orders out to be able to pre-order before Xbox, because that would definitely help. Well, they did do that, but they didn't say basically when. We heard from one of our friends who, works at a GameStop, and he said, everyone stop what you're doing. Pre-orders are live. So we went, and Lindsay and I, we were the first ones to pre-order.
At that store.
At that store. And ever since then, there's just been so much hoopla about it. Like, they was saying, like, oh, there's some that you can pre-order as early as Thursday, which was the next day. And there was some that were already doing it. And, like, it was just very disorganized. And a lot of people were upset because people would go online to try to pre-order, and pre-orders were already sold out, and they were just a little, butthurt because they didn't hear about it and all that. But even if they did hear about it, there's still the chance that you wouldn't get to be able to pre-order it because they went so quickly.
Well, the problem is no one really announced it.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue, is that no one announced it. So yeah. And then now, like, Will, what's your take on, the whole PlayStation 5 price versus the Xbox?
I think they did pretty well with their pricing. They matched the Xbox Series X pricing, and I feel like the only difference really is the 250, like not even 250, 175 gigabytes less storage.
From the Series X and PlayStation 5?
Yeah, the Series X has 1 terabyte, and the PlayStation 5 has 825 gigs.
Yeah, 800 and something.
But I feel like Sony will have such a great way of, like, hey, you want some extra storage? We can give you extra storage, no problem. You want to throw a terabyte hard drive in this thing? Cool. Like, give us an extra however many dollars. And everyone will be okay with that, I think.
I mean, both systems, they're going to have something where you're able to expand your storage in some way. I mean, with my current PS4, I put in a terabyte hard drive that could go into, like, a computer. I went on, make sure I found one that was compatible enough, and I did that and upgraded it. So I'm sure there will be ways that you can upgrade it, or if they're smart, they would just sell one separately. They're like, hey, if you want this, you can upgrade this, or an external hard drive where you can, plug this in and all that. So, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be something. I mean, I'm not worried about storage. I mean, I'm kind of a little worried of how much the games are going to take up, like how much more storage. But as for the system itself, like, if I need to, I can upgrade it, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah. What I'm really hoping is that the PlayStation 5 digital edition has the same or better storage than the regular PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Really, I don't care about the discs. I'm not going to buy discs. I'm going to so I'm going to spend less money, but I also want to expect a heck a ton more storage, because these games, they're going to be big games, they're the most advanced, so they're going to take up a lot more storage than they have in the past. So I'm curious on what they do with that, but I like looking at Xbox Series S versus PlayStation 5 digital edition, because it's definitely worth that extra $100.
So the whole between the disc and non-disc one, we got the disc one. I mean, for me, I mostly wanted the disc one because I still have games that are on disc that I can play. And I still like to have, like, physical things. But at the same time, like, the whole digital thing, if you're still basically having to download the game onto the system, then you could just get a, like, discless one. But I mean, Lindsay told me, no, you're going to be upset if you don't get the disc one, so I still got the disc one. And then all these people, and I keep seeing stuff where they're, like, comparing the digital version PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series S. which was their lower end one, I feel like you can't compare the two because
they are very different.
Well,
yeah,
because the digital PlayStation 5 is basically the same as the physical one.
Yeah.
Same
But
specs.
like basically the same specs, and then the Series S compared to the X, the Series S is a lower end version. Like they purposely went in and they made a not as powerful console like for this. And I don't understand why people are comparing the two. Like you can't compare price and all the specs, like they're completely different. So like let's compare the X and the S specs, they're different. You compare the PlayStation 5 physical and digital, they're basically the same. So
yeah. I think people are comparing it because PlayStation 5 is only coming out with PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Digital Edition.
Yeah.
So that's all they have to compare the Series S to. Otherwise, you're just like, okay, cool, we compare the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition to the Xbox Series S. And then, yeah, that's cute, they made an Xbox Series S. Good for them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no, like sure, we kind of care about Xbox Series S, but not really.
Yeah. I mean,
At all.
the only thing I can see for the benefit with that is it is a cheaper console that will play next gen stuff. So if you're a parent out there and your kid, wants the system, then you don't want to pay that much for it. You can probably just give them that and they'll probably be happy. But I mean, like Xbox is doing some good things to try to sell it because I think there's some places that are going to do like a where you would just do monthly payments. Where I think I heard that you can get the Series S and then you'll get like the Game Pass and like all that stuff, and you would only pay like $25 a month. So you get all of that for $25 a month. But then I did hear that it's an X amount of time where you would actually be paying double the price of what you would if you just straight up bought the Series S. So
that sounds about right.
But
like I respect that they put out the Series S.
Yeah.
And part of me thinks that they may end up selling more Series S's than they would selling
X.
Series X's.
Yeah.
Because really, someone who may not want to play all those games on PC may buy a PlayStation 5 and then get an Xbox Series S to play the Xbox games that they want to play, or just to have that Xbox generation without spending the full money for the Series X.
Yeah, because ever since they like announced the Series S, like people just been talking about that one. I feel like that one's more hype than their Series X. So
yeah,
I mean, I do feel like I agree with you that I feel like that one's going to sell more than the Series X.
Like
especially right now since they did postpone Halo Infinite. I feel like, I guess even when that would come out, people would still get the S. I don't know. I feel like people probably will, like, if they want an Xbox, but there's like, they don't have any games to come out with it. People will probably just get the Series S. So, but yeah, I know we are going way over time that we normally do, but I told Will and Lindsay that, we're not pushed on time for this week, but we'll move on to our next thing and then, kind of get start to wind down here. So next thing is our nostalgia game of the week. As you know, we've started to do this each week, where Will and I went through and had like a few, went through and got some like old nostalgia games that we liked, and we put them in a wheel that I'm showing on the screen now, and we spin it and just see what it's on, and we kind of like mention it and talk about it a little bit. So yeah, I want to spin the wheel now. And if you, we got NBA Street, another one that I did.
Oh, that's fun.
If any of y'all ever have like any nostalgia games that you kind of want to add to the wheel, I'm sure that we will add a discussion thing in our Discord that you can just throw in there, and we can start to add some to our wheel. But yeah, NBA Street. Well, I don't know if you've ever played this game. This was one that
Yeah, that's
I
the one where
played.
you got to rough each other up, right?
Yes. It was one I played on the GameCube. I had a lot of fun. It was those rough 'em up type games. I can't remember a lot about it. I know I had a lot of fun. I remember going, and I was young. I was like middle school or something. I remember going to the local GameStop, or at the time it still could have been EB Games.
EB Games.
It still could have been
man.
that. I don't remember what was the title they had at that point. I remember I went in and I pre-ordered the second one. I never picked up the second one. I was never told anything, never got like a phone call of like, hey, you can go and, get this. And I never got the second one. So I think EB Games / GameStop still has my $5 or $15 that I put on for that game. So
Well, it certainly didn't save EB Games from being bought by GameStop.
no.
I think that's what happened anyways.
And I think there's still EB Games in like other countries, but yeah, it was the game itself. It was a fun basketball, like rough 'em up game. They had some other games kind of like that. I remember I had a hockey game that I did. It was, basically the same thing, same kind of, rules of that sport, but you can like hit each other and knock one another. Like there was like no fouls in the game. So yeah, that's our nostalgia game of the week. Now we're going to move on to our out of the box gaming news. And let's welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Thanks, Nick.
Where's your stack of papers, Lindsay? Look like you're on the news thing.
Listings for Mass Effect Trilogy remastered on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch appeared on a Portuguese retail site for an October 2020 release window. Sony President Jim Ryan says 99% of the thousands of PS4 games that Sony has tested will be playable on PS5 via backwards compatibility. Full-priced first-party PS5 games like Demon's Souls will officially cost $70, while budget titles will cost less, including the $50 standard edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Sony said there will be more PS5s available at launch than the PS4, which sold roughly 1 million units on the first day it launched back in 2013. PS5 won't be backwards compatible with PS1, PS2, or PS3 games, according to Sony President Jim Ryan. And Sony has said that the company doesn't plan to bring its new first-party games to a Game Pass-like subscription service because it won't be sustainable, according to, once again, Jim Ryan.
Come on, Jim.
You skipped
Back
one.
to you, Nick.
You skipped that one.
I know, I didn't want to say that one.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, a lot of Sony info. For this episode, obviously. We'll just touch things. Yeah, so Mass Effect Trilogy. I know remaster. A lot of people are looking for that, and if this like leak is true, then a lot of people are going to be happy. I know I played the second one, enjoyed it, and that was the only one I really played. But I wouldn't mind playing the other ones. Let's see. 99% of the thousands of PS4 games will be backwards compatible. I'm okay with that. That's cool. And then speaking,
that's the whole point of backwards compatibility.
Yeah. So, and then going on still with that, where it won't be backwards compatible with PS1, PS2, or PS3, I'm not hurting on that. I don't have any PS1, PS2, or PS3 games. I know,
but at this point, they just need to be remastered.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they don't do that is I think Sony has like a subscription based like streaming thing or whatever. I don't remember what, like PlayStation Now, where they have a bunch of these old games on there. So that's probably why they don't do it.
I honestly, I don't think a console needs to be backwards compatible beyond the last gen.
Yeah. I understand with the people that are collectors, but still, if you are a collector, those people probably still have the old systems that can play the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree with Lindsay. I'm like, I would just need backwards compatible from the previous one. That way I don't have to be like, oh, I'm about to not be able to play these games anymore, or I have to switch between these consoles. But yeah, PS1, PS2, and PS3, it doesn't bother me. Some people it may bother, doesn't bother me. Oh yeah, price increase on games. We knew it was coming. It's probably about time they come. I'm okay with the price going up to $70. Mostly if they stop doing this whole DLC stuff. Because before, like last year or like the previous years, they've been doing the $60 games and they've been doing like, oh, here's the DLC for like, $10, $15 or whatever. Give me a more complete game where you don't have to do all these DLCs. I'm okay with this price increase.
Or free DLCs.
Or free DLCs, which, some things are doing free DLCs. So, yeah.
Yeah, but when we have to get 2, that's $20 more for us than before.
Like Dark Souls 2 had DLCs that I believe were free.
So you remember back whenever we did play the Call of Duty and we paid $60 for each of those games, but then they kept coming out with DLCs that were like $10 to $15 each, and we kept doing that. We spent more doing that than we would. Games?
I wasn't poking at your DLC comment.
Oh.
I'm just saying that's more money.
Yeah, but
not all games have DLCs.
Yeah. But also, like, we haven't had a price increase on games in a long time.
And I was okay with that.
But these people that make the games, like, they put a lot of work, and these games are looking better, and it's probably taking a lot more to make the games than before. So it's due for a price increase.
I understand. Okay. But as the person paying the money, I don't like price increases.
I mean, if you don't think the game is worth that amount of money, then you just don't get it.
Why is this an argument? I was just saying I would rather pay 60 than 70.
Okay.
Quick shout out to our indie developers out there. Most of the money that you pay for an indie game goes to the actual developers of the game.
Yeah.
Back to you, Nick.
And then the whole Sony said that the company doesn't plan on bringing new first-party games to a Game Pass-like subscription service because it wouldn't be sustainable. I don't know how I feel about that because Xbox is doing it. I'm pretty sure like they're fine, but I mean, that's Microsoft. I don't know what all goes on like on the back end and stuff, but I don't know. It's just different things. I mean, I'm just going to have to say Microsoft. Microsoft is doing things different. They're trying not to compete the same exact thing as like what Sony does. Nintendo, they dropped off and they've been doing their own thing for a while. And now Microsoft is trying to do their own thing that's different. And Sony, they're still trying to do what they know has worked and what people love of the like first party awesome games that they bring. While Microsoft is just trying to do a subscription live stream service where you get to have access to all their games that they had before. But yeah, I don't know how I feel.
I do like Game Pass. I respect Game Pass.
Yeah, I respect it too. I mean, like I said, Microsoft, they're doing things different, and I don't think they wanted to like try to compete with Sony with the whole first party games anymore because they. Like, if you want to take this current gen that we have right now, they did not deliver. Sony, like, blew them out of the water. Yep. So they definitely, they decide, hey, we need to do things different, and they're doing things different. So, all right. But, yeah, definitely looks like we are going way over time than usual, but that's okay. We thought we would give you a little bit longer episode today because it was big things happening. But yeah,
hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question. I certainly haven't, but it is time to give our answers and hear the correct answer. But first, Lindsay, could you remind us what that question was?
I certainly can, Will. So the question was, overall, what is the most selling console? And that console has sold at least, probably more, than 155 million units have been sold.
That's a lot of consoles.
This includes, everything from handheld to not handheld.
Yeah.
So is this like purely like from retailers brand new, or is this like all sales ever.
Quite possibly
I think
all.
overall.
I
'Cause,
have
like, part of me wants to go like old school.
I have a couple ideas.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
you go first this time, Nick.
Okay. So I'm not. I'll tell you my. Let me go through my thought process. I know Switch is definitely selling really well right now, but I don't think it's been out long enough for it to get to that point. But I know it's moving up, and I'm pretty sure the Wii is still outsold it, but it's catching up to the Wii's thing. The Wii might be my answer. I'm not sure because Nintendo does a really good job of selling their stuff, like even their handheld, like the 3DS. That one's also a contender because that one sold really well. And I also heard recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that they're actually going to be discontinuing the 3DS after however many years it's been out.
Wow.
So yeah, that one's a strong contender. And then there is PlayStation. PlayStation 4 definitely sold well. I just don't know if it got to that number.
All the PlayStations have sold really well.
I know. That's why this is hard. Like, I'm kind of leaning to the Wii because I know the Wii was just different. And a lot of people were like looking for that. I remember whenever it came out, I was searching for that and I finally found one around springtime. I'm stuck between a PlayStation and the Wii. I want to go with the Wii, just because I'm not confident in that answer, but I want to go with the Wii.
That's a solid answer. Gosh, you got me with the DSs though. Now I'm thinking about handheld games because those were always cheaper, so they're more accessible. So they might have sold more.
I know.
All right. You know what? For PlayStation, do I have to say which PlayStation?
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna roll a D4.
Okay.
It's my D4. There it is. Okay. All right.
The suspense.
PlayStation 2.
Okay.
That's probably way wrong. It was probably
I don't know.
3.
The way Lindsay looks might be right.
Oh my flipping goodness, Will.
Did the Lord deliver? Did the universe give it to me?
You lucky duck.
Yes.
It is the PlayStation 2.
I love these dice. You are now my favorite dice.
Second most with 154.02 million units was the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was difficult between the two because I know Wii sold well.
I don't think the Wii did as well as you guys are thinking.
Ah, gosh. I know it did really well. I don't know. That sucks.
See if I can find.
I'm never going to catch up. Like, even whenever you have luck on your side, Will, I'm never going to catch up now.
Okay, the Wii. Oh, that's Wii U. Where's the Wii?
Right there.
101.63 million.
Okay, so it's PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, PS4, PlayStation, and then the Wii. Okay, so I would have been better off if I just said one of the PlayStations.
Yeah, notice Xbox isn't anywhere up there.
But if I just would have said one of the PlayStations, I would have had a better chance than saying the Wii. I was giving the Wii a lot of credit because I mean it was a good system and it sold.
Now the Xbox 360 sold more than the Xbox One.
Well. All right. Well, other than that, I hope y'all got the trivia question right because I didn't and Will lucked out.
I totally lucked out.
So we're going to wrap up this episode and we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other media platforms. Will, do you want to let the listeners know where that is?
I sure do. We've got our YouTube channel, Out of the Box Gaming. Go over there, check out all of our episodes, watch every single one of them, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've got our Discord, which will be linked there on our YouTube channel. and anywhere that you can find our link tree. Quite a useful little website there.
Oh,
Link
yeah,
tree.
absolutely.
Instagram, we got OOTB_gaming, and we have Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @GamingOOTB. And you can also check out our wonderful Patreon and all the awesome perks that are in store for you to unlock there. And speaking of Patreon, we'd like to give a wonderful shout out to our fantastic Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Indecent Sarcasm. You can usually find him playing Fortnite or Among Us or any of the other wonderful games that we like to play with people and not robots.
Yeah. And speaking of our awesome Patreon perks, the new ones have been added, include extra sorry.
You want to start that over?
Okay, let's start that over. Speaking of our awesome Patreon perks, the new ones that have been added include extra entries into our monthly giveaway.
What?
Wait,
Monthly
what?
giveaway?
Yeah, that's right. We are going to be starting a monthly giveaway in October. More information about the giveaway will be coming in the next few weeks. Make sure you keep an eye on our Instagram for more information. And then as for me, if you want to find, if you want to find the podcast live stream, if you are just listening on your favorite podcast, you can find the live stream of the of this podcast on Trovo, DLive, Twitch, and Facebook at Ace King King. And then as for me, if you want to find me just streaming and whatnot, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Gaming, Trovo, DLive, Twitch, and Instagram at Ace King King. And then you can find my Twitter at Ace King King 77.
That's right. You can find him dang near everywhere. Please be sure to leave a review, a comment, a like, a subscribe on whatever platform you found us on. Thank you guys so very much for listening, and please be sure to join us next week.
Yeah, this has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay.